here with Thomas and Dagmar. We often hear about digitalization meeting the energy sector. What does that actually mean? What does it look like?
In essence, what you see here, we are two enablers to make really the IoT world tangible for the energy sector. And we want to show you how we are doing that. And we are doing that end-to-end, complete, from the device to the cloud, to the platform, to the IoT services on top. And finally, we will also show you what a customer will get as benefit out of it, beyond pure technology.
Okay, hey, making it real.
Okay, so let's give you a short overview. In essence, we are talking about our IoT ecosystem, which is called MindSphere. MindSphere is a Siemens IoT solution on a broad base.
Yep.
And you see here on the lower level, all the devices from the energy sector being connected. And on this data will be provided here in the platform, and Siemens on top is providing applications by Siemens, but is also engaging customers to write his own application against his data, also encourage third-party providers, integrators, system developers to develop own applications against this data. And this is the full scope what we want to offer. And I can show you in detail some examples how we are really realizing customer value together with our clients.
And if I may, all of the, let's say, the physical devices that I see here is what I see on the Siemens booth. And when we spoke earlier, Dagmar, you spoke about the customer apps that you had developed in the MindSphere Application Center. This is where it fits together.
This is where it fits together. On the one side, on Siemens booth, you see our devices, but it's really important that the ecosystem is open.
Yes.
And there are also the competitors' devices which can be connected. And as our customers are working always with combined assets, they have to. This is the open ecosystem where everything can be connected. And our customers can work with it, dependent on their need and with their specific applications.
Okay, so let's have now the next level of detail. Let's have a drill down how this storyline is continuing. So for our clients in the energy sector, we are offering multiple different applications depending in which sector of the energy business you are in. Whether you are a distribution system operator, a transmission system operator, TSO, a municipality, maybe the owner and operator of a campus, like a shopping center owner, or let's say a huge energy intensive industry, car manufacturer, producer, things like that.
All the way down to the
down to the prosumer.
End to end.
End to end. And we're showing here various applications and examples really where a customer can benefit and create value out of his solutions.
And these are all existing applications?
These are existing applications, they are released. We have also case studies, what we have done with certain customers, and we're also showing previews of applications which are currently under development. So we want to share this complete information with our customers to give them an early insight also in our development directions, get an early feedback, rather than developing for 3 years and then showing up with a solution.
And we've been talking about the buffet, so this is really our buffet where we have all the applications which we can offer.
Here's what you can take now.
And this is also fueling the appetite and actually inspiring the customer to develop new applications when you experience what can be done, how you can actually bring it forward.
I take one of these. I start using. I become aware of the art of the possible. So hey, can I do this as well? Or what would I do? Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
So let's talk about one of the battlefields for the energy sector. One of the battlefields is the transparency in the medium and low voltage grid, where the complete integration of renewable sources takes place. And how do we want to solve and help our customers in this battlefield? I just would like to show you one application which creates here value for the customer. This is about localizing faults in distribution grids and managing the distribution grids ways better.
Okay.
So this is in essence the scenario. You have here in your distribution grid multiple different distribution stations, currently typically not automized, not monitored, not visualized at all. So the problem is, in case of a trouble and an outage in the field, the utility does not know where's the area.
There's no visibility what's in there.
So, in essence of a fault, you're traveling to the station, opening the door, go in, know that the area is not here, visit, travel to the next station until you finally found it. And this is what we want to improve with our solutions here. And once you have done the identification of the fault, when you have done the monitoring. You could use the monitoring for additional purposes. For example, monitor the load of the equipment. For example, the load of the transformer inside the substation. Identifying maybe whether this transformer is capable, for example, to supply additional eco loading stations in the neighborhood here.
Okay.
So also helping the customer to identify how much is his equipment loaded and does he have limits to extend his
So if somebody
customer
decides
base.
to start plugging in a lot of electric vehicles, does he have
Yeah.
bandwidth or not?
Bandwidth, does he have reserve, or how close is he to reserve?
Yeah.
This is, and by, for example, then avoiding either going closer to the limits and avoiding, for example, installing new cables in the neighborhood.
That's expensive.
Yeah, and these are really all around the country. So you see
Yeah,
it in cities, but you also see it in the forest. So sometimes it's taking you a long time because it's a far distance. But if you're in a city, it's just traffic jam.
It's still going to take you time.
Yeah.
It's going to take time. So really localizing where are faults, but also knowing what's happening. And there are countries where nobody needs to tell the utility that they are building up an e-charger, or that they're actually putting in new PV power. So this one is getting more and more important. This is why Thomas said it's a battlefield. There are people just putting in the low voltage side, and you as a utility just realize that your system isn't working anymore.
What happened?
And this gives you the transparency that you need to see what's happening, what your customers are doing now as consumers.
It's making it real.
Yeah.
So in essence, what you see here, this is the layout of the structure here. We have here the devices on the low level.
Yep.
We have here the automation within the substation, and this device is then able to communicate and make all the data available in our IoT platform.
Yep.
And then finally have here the application available to give the customer the inside view.
So I collect the data, I ship it into the cloud, the MindSphere, and then I have the application to
right away.
make sense out of what I'm looking
Exactly.
at.
And you see here, Dagmar, it's you?
No, this is really the hardware which we have then in the substation.
Yep.
And you see here that it's sending data.
Yep.
We can use the data which we already have in, and we can retrofit it so that it's actually sending data to our device, to our cloud.
And one of the comments, I think it was from Cedric, or it may have been Sabina in one of the events I participated in earlier this week. There was something along the lines of, even with all the products that have been put into the grid for the last number of years, and even though hardware's been refreshed, whatever, something like 5% of the data was only being used.
Yeah.
It was out there, but no one was connected to it, or you couldn't get at it. And you could have all the applications in the world running in the cloud, but if you didn't have the data, you were going nowhere. So you need to join all the dots.
Yeah.
And this is our way how to get connected, how to connect a substation to an IoT platform, and then get the full transparency on the network and the grid.
And once I get the data, then I can make informed decisions, and I'm back into my simulation, and.
Okay.
Exactly.
And in essence, in reality, this is how it is looking like. So you have here really your substation, you have here the equipment, and normally you do not know how much your low voltage cables are loaded, you do not know how much your transformer is loaded, you do not know how much your injection on the medium voltage side is loaded, and with that, let's say, solution here, you're getting the full-blown transparency.
And I was chatting with your colleagues over at the
Yeah.
future distribution substation, looking at all the various
Exactly.
bits of kit in there.
And
but this is again, this is where it all comes together.
And this is what we're then offering to our customers. And this is the slideshow behind, and now I show you in reality how this is looking like.
Okay.
I told you, it's really going.
He said deep dive.
It's a very deep dive. So in essence, this would be the MindSphere Launchpad a customer would see if he has an access to our MindSphere platform.
So
we might get a bit closer.
Well, yeah, the camera will, or else it'll be in the way. But so when someone says I have MindSphere, as a user, this is what I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is your portal solution, and this is when you log in with your credentials. These are the applications.
This is what I see on my computer screen.
You are the full-blown heavy load technical user, so you have access to all the applications. Some other users, like your colleague, might not get all access.
He's not allowed because he might break something.
Okay, and then you would see here various applications. One of them, as an example, the Cycam Navigator to help you managing your distribution grid. And the applications are designed to be very intuitive, very user-friendly. You do not have to read and train for 3 months to work with such an application.
Just to turn it on, or to figure out what button.
Turn it on, use it, and use it, for example, use it with maximum 4 mouse clicks. So at
Four
first,
mouse clicks.
4 mouse clicks. So at first you see an overview about your network. Every symbol is reflecting one station. You would see here a list of the alarms which have happened in the various stations. You see here an indication what has happened. First mouse click, select the application either directly or via the event list. Then the chosen substation is centered in the middle automatically, so get the focus.
Okay, so I don't have to start scrolling around looking
No.
for where.
No.
Then the second mouse click would get here the detailed inside view. And this is one of the, let's say, technological advantages of the Siemens solution with this open standard. This complete display is generated interactively on the fly without engineering, based on the data provided by the device. So zero engineering for such a substation diagram. Just start the application and within seconds you get the full-blown...
I don't need to make that for every substation and know what's in whatever.
We have one customer in Germany, 4,000 substations. If we would have to draw 4,000 of these displays,
Take days, weeks, months.
And think
And
about
then something
the
can
errors.
change.
yeah.
And think about the errors.
Yeah.
If you're actually connecting the dots wrongly, you
Yeah.
get the wrong conclusions and you do the wrong adjustments to the grid.
Okay.
And this is really important. So and this is
So it's automatically. Okay.
With the
Real time.
third mouse click, then you would drill into the information you're interested in, maybe having a look on the medium injection side or having a look on the low voltage base side. So with the third mouse click, now I'm going now into analyzing the bus bar. Then you would see here on a detailed level voltages and currents per cable, per phase on low voltage side.
Yeah.
And with the fourth mouse click, you would get here the graphical representation in forms of trends and curves. And then you can really
Zoom
drill
in and
in.
see what's happening.
4 mouse clicks, no training, very intuitive and very easy.
And I'm down on a single feeder line phase,
yeah.
seeing what's going on.
Okay.
Yeah. And if there are new feeders coming in, you could directly see it.
Because it just it auto configures itself.
Yeah.
And if you're interested in even further detailed information, then you have to get the real experts here.
Say hi.
Because this is really...
If I have the chance, then I would like to show you another topic, because what we learned with the workforce is that sometimes it's difficult to find the substation. The old masters like me have retired, and a guy told us I have searched for 2 hours.
Can't
and
find
then
it.
I gave him a ring and he said, "Hey, it's in the blue house in the basement."
It's easy.
It's easy, yeah, because we have peeping Tom. And use peeping Tom, move it to the substation location, and then just...
If the network's good?
Okay, that's the wrong place, but just have a look around. Because at the
So it's
moment
like
there
a
is
Google
a car
Street
in
Maps
front
or
of the
whatever.
substation.
It's Google Street Maps.
Okay, and you can click on the substation itself, and you're there as well.
You
So
know
there are
where
two
it
ways
is.
to navigate to the substations.
So it's also kind of
And-
virtual world.
That's pretty cool.
Because of the GPS position, also without any engineering.
Again, the guys now walking around, or they're ringing some guy who's retired to. Where's that?
Yeah.
And I don't want to have the phone call.
Hey,
Yeah.
Agreed.
I now can imagine if you go out of the UW, you see substations completely differently.
well, hey, thanks a lot, folks.
was a
Thank
pleasure.
you.
Pleasure.